Hey guys, it's Mark Goddard here. Welcome to day 10 of my personal development journey, where over the next 3 to 4 months, I'm going to be sharing one or two things on a video that I create each and every day that I've learned and been implementing in my life that may also apply and be helpful to you and where you are in your life and where you want to go. So if you've been following me on the journey, you know that everything that we've been talking about so far is pretty much related to energy, setting the right intentions, and having the right energy as we move towards our goals, the right mindset, the right emotions that we feel. It's not just the actions, but it's putting the right emotion into those actions to make sure that we consistently are moving towards our goals. Now, obviously there's more things to it, like surrounding ourselves with the right people who are also on a similar energy or maybe working towards a similar goal that can support us, getting mentorship and modeling other people that have done the things that we're looking to do so that we can continue to grow and expand. But I want to talk about something a little bit more subtle that I learned very recently that I think is going to have an impact for you right now. In fact, it's going to have an impact for you today and every single day for the rest of your life, especially if you're someone that potentially eats at least once a day. Now, I say that with a smile on my face because I know some people maybe they'll go without a day without eating sometimes, or sometimes they'll fast or do intermittent fasting. But for the most part, most people will eat food every single day, whether that's 1, 2, or 3 meals or more. And I wanted to share this with you because I learned just how important it is to not only be necessarily eating the right foods, but having the right intention. That's right, you heard what I said, intention for the food that I eat. Because the reality is, guys, if you have a goal and you have a dream and you have things you want to do that day, if we're eating either too much or maybe too much of the wrong foods that our body doesn't actually want or need, this can actually set us off and change the way we feel, not just making us feel sluggish, but you might have desired to do 20 things at the beginning of the day, and then after eating a certain meal, maybe an hour or two later, not even realize why you no longer want to take action on those things. So it's so important to not only be eating what your body requires and needs, but also having the right intentions for that food. But I would say the most important thing is having the right intentions for that food. So let me dive a little bit deeper here. Now, my good friend Wayne Mouland, that's Wayne, W-A-Y-N-E, and then Mouland, M-O-U-L-A-N-D, taught me very recently about the power of intention. Wayne is the founder of Echo Movement, where he's spreading a meditation movement throughout the entire world, where the goal is to have everyone meditating at the same time of the day. And let me tell you, since he's been doing this for the last couple months, the Facebook group is growing rapidly and he's getting a ton of support. So you guys should definitely check that out, the Echo Movement. But let me just tell you a little bit about what he taught me. And so him and I would get together and we would get our meal, and before we ate it, we would take a deep breath and we would bless that food. We would set an intention for it. Now, I want you to be very clear about this. This is not a religious thing. This is not something where you're taught to be thankful and say grace before your meal and sit around the dinner table. I used to do that by myself as a kid, and I realized that I was just going through the motions because I had seen that done. And someone, had told me that that's what I should do, but I didn't really feel the emotion or the intention there. So I would just, do that and scarf the food down and be on to the next thing. And I wasn't really appreciative, and I really didn't set any intentions for that. I was just kind of going through that motion. So I didn't really get the benefit. But now I've learned the benefit, and I feel the benefit of actually taking that deep breath and setting an intention before I eat that meal. So for example, Wayne and I went into Sobeys the other day, grocery store here up in Canada, and we went to the salad bar, we picked the foods that we wanted, and as we were doing that, not only were we blessing it for ourselves and setting an intention where this food that we're going to consume is going to heal any ailments we could have in our body. It's going to give us so much energy for the rest of the day, and focus and intention and presence, so that whatever we do, we're fully engaged and we get everything that we're supposed to get done that day to the best of our ability. Not only we're doing that and setting that intention and putting that energy into the food, but we're also doing it for everyone around us, that everyone that eats there will improve their health automatically. They'll awaken, they'll start to reach their goals, and they'll feel better that today than they've ever felt in their entire life. Those are powerful intentions, especially when you put emotion behind it and you actually believe it. Now here's the real kicker. No matter what you eat, whether it's a slice of cake or whether it's a slice of pizza or it's a healthy salad, obviously when we look at those things, we're going to look at the salad being the most healthiest. But no matter what it is that you eat, when you have these intentions, the reality is you're going to be more present in the current moment when you eat, and you're going to be less likely to overeat any one of those things. And even if you did eat more food or eat one or the other, the reality is you're going to feel better after eating it without guilt. Okay? When people eat the slice of cake or they eat the cookie, I was bad today, I was guilty. No, you weren't bad. You weren't guilty. You speak that into existence. You see, by believing that, you feel that way, and now you feel guilty. So now when you go to do your other tasks and other things throughout the day, you may not feel as motivated, and you may not know why. It's because you just lowered your self-worth. You just lowered your vibration and the way that you feel about things, and you feel bad because you believe what you ate was bad, and that makes you bad, and therefore you're not worthy to achieve your goals. Do you see how all of these things play at a subconscious level? We don't even realize it. We don't even realize it. That's what I'm saying to you here. So if you want to change your energy and you want to make sure that you always have the energy, the right emotions, and the way when you move towards your goals, if it's to be a millionaire, if it's to replace your income, your working income at your job, if it's to serve humanity at the highest level and be a public speaker to millions of people, you need to maintain and raise your energy. You always need to be doing as much as you can to feel good and like you deserve to achieve those goals. Because if you don't deserve it and you feel tired or sluggish after eating a meal, or you feel guilty, or whatever was in that meal may have contributed to you feeling sluggish or so tired where you don't want to do anything, well, guess what? You're not going to move towards your goals because you're not going to have the right energy in your actions, and you'll give up on the actions that are necessary because you don't feel good right now anyways about yourself. Do you see how that self-worth and the way that you feel applies with the actions you take? Even if you're taking the actions, we've talked about this on every video before. If you're not taking them with the right energy, you're not going to get the same result as someone else that got there with the right energy. It's the truth. It's the truth, and everyone knows who's listening to this video at their core level, at their deepest level, knows this is the truth. It's true for me, it's true for you, it's true for everyone. So let's dive a little bit deeper here. With this intention, you're not doing this as a religious thing. You're doing this as a way to make sure that you feel good about what you eat, that you keep your self-worth, that you believe and are setting intentions that are going to give you back. When you eat this food, it's an investment in your time, it's an investment in your money, that when you eat it, it's going to return to you energy, it's going to return to you health, it's going to return to you focus, inspiration, presence, and the energy that is required to attract the right people, places, situations into your life for you to take the actions necessary to achieve your goals and dreams. Because remember, I'm going to say it again, the energy that you have as you move towards your goals is probably the most important thing. It's not just the actions, it's the energy behind and within the actions that is going to get you the result. And so food is something, the reason why I felt like I inspired to talk to you about this today and why it was necessary, that's right, necessary, is because every single person eats to stay alive. And you may not even realize how sometimes the things that you eat or the way you eat them, if you're not even, being present eating them, can affect the way that you perform later on in the day. Sometimes it's not right after, sometimes it's 1 or 2 hours after. And you may not even realize, you might just say, well, I don't feel like doing this today. Or, my energy doesn't feel as good. And you may not even realize that it had to do with the food that you ate 2 hours earlier. It's just like, Ivan Pavlov's conditioning experiments with the dogs. As soon as he paired the bell right by the food, the dogs associated that they were going to get food. But if you separate that stimulus by 2 or 3 hours, they may not even understand that the bell had to do with the food. Well, it's the same thing. You may not feel that way right after. Sometimes you do, but you may not feel, that lag or that, low energy for 2 hours later, and you never make that connection, and therefore you go throughout life day after day repeating the same pattern, eating the same foods, eating them in a way that's frantic, not being present, thinking about what you need to do next, to the point where you don't make this connection and realize that this could be potentially, not for everyone, but potentially one area that is holding you back from having all the energy that you need in your life to create and go after and achieve every single one of your goals. It's so important. I know for me, people that resonate with me on this message, that was one of the things that held me back for so many years. Even when I did my fitness modeling competitions, my bodybuilding competitions, even when I thought I was eating all the right foods, it was the intention and the energy. So guys, if you've listened to any of my messages before, we've talked about presence and being present and how important that is. Well, I would encourage you, if you're having trouble being present right now in your daily life, why not try with being present with what you eat first? So if you're someone that's, has trouble right now thinking about what to do next, they're always, doing a task for their boss or creating their website or speaking with people or in a conversation and realize and getting stressed because they know they have to be somewhere in 2 or 3 minutes. If you're someone that's always thinking that way, and rather than having, being present in that moment, and you find that you're having difficulty with that, why not for at least one of your meals of the day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever it is, really try to be present on what you're eating when you're eating. And when you're eating it. So, maybe take that deep breath before, and you can either in your head or out loud really set an intention for what that food, what you want it to do for you, how you want it to make you feel. And just believe and trust that the food will do that. And then eat it slowly, mindfully. Taking the bite, appreciating it, noticing how you feel when you're eating it, how your stomach feels, how your body feels, how you feel, the thoughts that you're thinking, and then listening to your body when it tells you when to stop. And I guarantee you, if you start doing this and you're becoming more mindful of how you're eating and you're setting intentions, you're putting the proper energy into the food that you're eating, not only are you gonna feel better after, you're gonna know when to stop so that your body knows exactly what it needs. It uses that food, it sends it to the right areas. You digest the food easier, and keep in mind, I'm not going to dive into it deep here, but your digestive system takes more energy than probably almost any other system in your body, or close to it. I heard some statistic around 70 to 80% up to those numbers. Digestion can take of the energy from your body to do that. Well, think about that. That means if we have something that's very hard to digest, or we eat a little bit too much, most of our energy is going to that. And then when we try to focus on something that, like creating our dreams and our goals, and we want to use our energy for that, we always have this, kind of pullback and resistance, because a lot of our focus and energy in our body is actually going towards the digestion of these foods. So, guys, presence when you eat, intentions about what you're eating is obviously one of the most powerful ways, and I've already noticed a difference in my productivity and my level of presence, not just when I eat now, but in all of my other activities, like when I'm creating my website, when I'm having conversations with people that I'm masterminding with, when I'm asking people for help. I know more about exactly what I need to ask for help, and I have more certainty and more confidence in what I'm doing, and I'm just more present and engaged with people, rather than thinking about, oh, what am I gonna eat next, or feeling any anxiety or desire to be somewhere else, because I've tuned into my body and realized that a lot of the times that way I was feeling, or the tiredness or the sluggishness or the lack of motivation or the desire to be somewhere else, was really just because I was feeling uncomfortable, because my body was trying to digest these foods, and I didn't set the right intentions about these foods to feel really good about them. So guys, this can be done with food, but realistically, you can do this with anything. You could have these intentions for your conversations, your meetings that you're gonna have with your business partners, the intention that you're gonna have for your website, that it's gonna serve millions and millions of people, and you put that energy into it every time you look at it and every time you write a blog post. The intention to receive 1,000 times back what you give into your job with in your 9-to-5 job, and you go in every day to work giving your all, knowing that that's coming to you, whether it's in the way that you feel, whether it's going to be in monetary compensation, whether it's going to be someone offering you another position at your job. No matter what it is, you can do this in everything. But one way that you can do it and you can start is with food, because every single person I know, if you're alive, is eating food. So I wanted to start there because not only is it close to my heart and it's something that I have had to learn over the course of my life, but it's something that can resonate with every single person. So give it a try today. Breathe deep before you eat. Let it out, relax, be present, and set an intention, an emotional intention, and believe it. Knowing that you can trust your body to tell you when to stop eating, and that to let you know when it's had enough. And keep that in mind, that all of these things are going to help you. Every single bit of it is going to help you keep the energy up that you need, the focus that you need, the positive feelings that you need to continue to move towards your goal, your dream, whatever that goal or dream is over the next 3 to 4 months, or whatever that goal or dream is for that day. Guys, I love each and every one of you. I know that this will help. I know that this will help the right people and it will resonate with them. So take it to practice, give it a try, let me know how it's worked for you, or if there's anything that you'd like to add, because as you know, I'm on a personal development journey just like you, and I want to continue to learn and implement those things into my life that are going to continue to help me grow and continue to help me live my very best life. And I want you to live your very best life too. I love you. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow on day 11.